Hello everyone, welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena, playing Premier Draft Duskmourn. There's some real bangers in this pack. I mean, you have to take the Oculus. This card is nutso, right? Growing Dread would be good, the Pool would be good, Live or Die is good. But right? We agree this is still a good card? Yeah, it's not as good as people thought at the beginning of the format, but it's still very good. What do they think of Bottomless Pool? Not as good. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Abhorrent Oculus, very strong card to manifest. Not that hard to just cast. Usually, obviously, you can't cast it on turn 3, but you get some stuff in the graveyard without trying too hard. And this card is just a monster once it's on the field. Huh. Not much follow up to blue here. This isn't the kind of card you'd love to splash. I think the two main choices are, three. Maybe you could take Vanish from Sight, although probably not. You could take Shroud Stomper, just hey, maybe you play the Black-White Reanimate thing. This is a really important card in that deck. But I think the Irreverent Gremlin's got to be a better choice, right? I mean, it doesn't really go in... It's not like... Obviously, this card wants to be in red-white, but, any deck is happy to have this. It's a great 2-drop. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm not as happy with Pack 2 as I was with Pack 1. Okay. Get Out is a nice follow-up. Also, a monkey? But I think you have to take Get Out. I mean, I don't know. It's not amazing. But I do want to contest the blue so that Abhorrent Oculus can make the deck. I don't know. Maybe it's just supposed to be monkey. How good does Draftsman think Get Out is? Not that good. And of course it agrees Percussionist is good. Get Out is pretty good in the Rooms deck, I guess, if we do wind up in, red-blue. Because you can pick up your Rooms and play them again for more value. Ooh, speaking of... Okay, I mean... I'm not, married to red-blue or something, but these are some nice cards. This is a pretty awful pack. I guess I'll just take... Ticket booth because I might be playing Rooms. Marina could wheel. That would be something. Expropriate, not very good in limited. I don't think. Glimmerburst, I think everyone agrees is good these days. Commune with Evil, probably about as good, but I don't seem to be black. Meat Locker, yum. I love frozen meat. Yum, 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 yum. Yuck. I could take Grab the Prize. It's not my favorite card, but I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to take a green land cycler there. This fits well in the Rooms deck. The Peeper is fine. I'm not that in love with it. My last Rooms deck was a 6-3, wasn't it? Just no really amazing bombs or anything. Just... decent cards on a decent curve. I think I had a lot of removal, so I had several Scorching Dragonfires or something. Yeah, 3 Scorching Dragonfires. Oh, and a Chainsaw, that's right. That's kind of a bomb. Yuck. Greenhouse, in case we want to go crazy. Play lots of colors. You never know. What else was in that deck? I had a couple counter spells. 1 Painter Studio, a bunch of Meat Lockers. Not even any really good Rooms. Besides the Painter Studio. 2 Flood Pits Drowners. Yeah, that's true. That does help. So Salon is the one that gives you a flyer. I get this confused with Steaming Sauna. Okay, the Peeper Wield, I'm happy enough to see that. Definitely wanted over the counter spell. Do I have a Boiler Builder's Ripper already? I don't. I could take one. I mean, Enter the Enigma is also fine. I don't know. They're both not cards I'm excited to play. Huh. Nico is a very powerful card, and I have a bunch of rooms. Does that matter? No, it wants me to have, like, I don't know. I don't think I'm that excited to take a Nico. Fear of being hunted is okay. I think we can do the crab thing, right? I love having an early blocker. I love having a mill win condition. I can even mill myself to cast Oculus. Norin is okay. Whew. Oh, this card would be so good, but I don't think I'm playing white for that. Gremlin Tamer also. I mean, the problem is, like, I don't have white mana. I couldn't cast this early enough for it to actually be good. Just if I could somehow make it a red card, it would be really good. I think it's a Tunnel Surveyor here. I don't know. The upside on the Gremlin Tamer is so much higher. I think this is the kind of thing where maybe I could find a way to splash white, and if I do, I'll be happy. And I'm not going to miss a Tunnel Surveyor that much. Oh no, too many good cards. I think you're supposed to take the Infernal Phantom here, but I really want that stupid crab. No. I mean, yes? Could I? Will I allow myself a crab? I don't think so. I think it has to be a Phantom. It's so much better. Fear of Failed Tests is okay. A Peeper's okay. I'm kind of looking at this red-white land, though. Right? Splash in the Gremlin Tamer. Ooh. Jeez. This is a really good card. It's not necessarily, like, great in this deck, so to speak, but I think you have to take it over Unable to Scream, right? I don't know. This is one of the really top commons. And we don't really have any removal yet. Yeah, I think actually it does have to be Unable to Scream. Kind of sad. This just, like, I don't know. I wish I could have both, but I think this one fits the deck better. Scorching Dragonfire, very happy to see. Picks 5, was that? Taking 20 cards. 14. Must have been pick 6. I can never remember when it says pick 6 here. If this is like while you're waiting for a pack, is this? It was the previous pack apparently. Wow, and I get a Horde Collar anyway. Certainly taking it over a Stocked Researcher. Those are very replaceable. I've wanted cut Boiler Builder's Ripper anyway. Like, yeah, sacking rooms is kind of cute. What is there that, like, pumps your whole board in this format so that you can have a bunch of gremlins and attack for 100? I mean, Entryway is fine, but it's not for this deck. Ticket Booth I already have one of. There's something, isn't there, that's like your creatures are bigger? Midnight Mayhem, I guess, would be kind of a funny one for all the gremlins from Gremlin Tamer and... Oh, hello. I think I do want this land over Vanish from Sight, because I would like to splash the Gremlin Tamer, and every duel I get, every on-color duel, makes it easier to do that. Oh, Norin, huh? Is there anything I really want to recast? I mean, manifested cards, I guess? I mean, I'm not taking any of the rest of this. I guess the Razor Trap Gorge could be something. But I'll take the Norin. That also could be something. Neither one of them looks amazing. Oh, there's the red Painter's Studio. That's a card that makes all your creatures attack for more. On its other side, right? The something gallery. Ooh. These are both great. So is this. So is this. So, this is a great pack. I think you have to take Fear of Isolation here. It's just bananas. And we could hope to wheel something decent. Even if it's just the land. But I'd love Turn Inside Out, Glassworks, Unable to Scream. I would take any of those over the land, I think. Fear of Isolation number 2? Wow. Over Turn Inside Out and Unable to Scream again. I think so. Card just does so much. I think Norin's probably out of here. Do I want a Pyroclasm? I don't think so. I have these Peepers. I have a Gremlin. I have a Gremlin Tamer. I think I just take a Counterspell. I have a Glimmer here. I don't have as many rooms as I had hoped. Just 3. Smoky Lounge may have to get cut, and I'll just be like a red-blue sort of... Not exactly aggro, but another crab. I mean, I have a lot of enchantments. I don't know. I'm not sure what this deck is doing. Where's my Painter's Studio, right? Pyroclasm offered again. Please, leave me alone. Exercise is probably fine to include on the splash along with Gremlin Tamer. I mean, Oculus, I guess, is how we're trying to win, right? Maybe some eerie stuff. Oh, so many good cards. I mean, it must be wrong to take a room over Scorching Dragonfire, right? Like, this card is good for my deck, and I need more rooms, but I think you have to take the Dragonfire that you somehow get offered pick 6. Could be another Gremlin? To be just a little more aggressive? I don't know. I think I like Dragonfire too much to skip it. Okay, this solidifies the splash pretty comfortably. Exercise number 2, I guess. I got back Turn Inside Out, and I said I would take it over the land, and I think that's still true, even with 3 white cards I want to run. What was I even looking at there? Number of creatures, I think? Yeah, plenty. Turn Inside Out's just a nice card to have. I already have one Grab the Prize. I think Enter the Enigma is kind of decent here. Do I want a Pyroclasm? Well, I don't want any of that other stuff. Maybe a Cheerleader? Seems weird. I have like 3 rooms, right? I think this is still decent though. And I don't really want Don't Make a Sound. Because like you only need 1 room for that card to be good as long as you can unlock the other half. But I'm going to have some trouble doing that, I think. Like these are my only 3 rooms here. Could have taken that Marina Vendrell, I guess. Would have been kind of funny, since I don't have any damn rooms. What did I take over the Horde Caller? I took Unable to Scream. I wish I'd taken the other Horde Caller. Having 2 of those would be pretty cool in this deck, I think. So this is a 3, this is a 3, and this is probably just cut, right? I don't have enough rooms for this to be good. And then I'm like, why do I even have Ticket Booth, right? And then I can cut these guys, and I'm just running 1 room. And I still have a decent number of Eerie triggers. Not like a mountain of them, but, you know, some. I don't know. I think we're kind of on the removal plus Oculus train, basically. So Get Out will be a nice way to pick back up the Oculus if they... or is it only target enchantments? Creatures and or enchantments, yeah. So Enter the Enigma can probably go. I don't think I have anything that really is dying to get in. It is a cycling card, but... I don't know, it seems weird. Like, what is this... What are these crabs doing here? Oops, I hit the blue button. I hope that didn't do anything weird. No, because all the blue cards are already in. Yeah, I have so few enchantments. I think the crabs suck. Now I'm running 11 creatures? Help? What happened to me? I don't think I need 3 planes. 2 is fine. Now I have 4 white sources. And you don't have to cast Exercise early. Gremlin Tamer I'd like to cast early, but there's only 1 card I really want to cast early, and I have 4 sources for it. I think that's fine. I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in this. It could happen, for sure. We have some high roll potential. But it seems like the whole rooms thing didn't really come together, and so I had to cut a bunch of cards that care about rooms, and now I have like eerie cards like the Phantom, but nothing to trigger them. So... Grickshaft. Grickshift? I don't know. Boy, what a terrible hand. I'm just going to be holding up counters all day, I guess. I'm glad opponent's playing black and not like red-white. Well, here we go. Counter a 1/1. Get ready, guys. We're in for a treat today. I could hold up a counter again. I think I will. I don't want to like time walk myself by picking up a land here. Oh, no way you can have that. Okay, now I really have nothing to do but time walk myself, which feels bad, but It's pretty sad because like Diner next turn is really nice, and if I just Fear of Isolation, I'm not doing anything next turn. I think I have to say no to this. Okay, good. They're making me hold up a counterspell. Little do they know. Yeah, so definitely Diner here. Three cards. Gonna be tough to get to 6. Well, actually, Grab the Prize gets me to 5. Oh, I forgot Pyroclasm's in the deck. Oh, man. I don't know about that. Okay, I guess it's just kind of a goofy play. Now I have the Diner back. I already had Meat Locker, of course, but... Stuff all has too much toughness, man. Gonna attack? I can't really... Well, I could double block. No, because you would just kill the 2/3. Did you hear they're changing the rules for how blocking... assigning damage during blocking works? Wild stuff. Let's see. I want to Meat Locker down the 4/3. What else am I doing? Grab the Prize? Just... My hand's fine, I think. I think just play Apparition. Well, I cut a bunch of stuff that had less than... that had 2 or less toughness. I guess that makes Pyroclasm better. How do you like my Jeskai Eerie build, huh? Brickshift? You can attack with the 2/4 now. That was an option that was not easily available to you before. But, of course, that leaves you somewhat unprotected on the ground if you don't do something else. I assume they will do something. So maybe they swing with the 2/4, figuring they can't easily block with it anyway. Disturbing Mirth, sacking the 4/3. Wow, okay. It looks like I chose the right one to tap down. I mean, Not that I'm surprised that that was the right choice, but it wasn't a guarantee. Sick of the 6/3? Yeah. I don't get to do damage to anything. It's being exiled. They get a 2/2, which is decent Pyroclasm fodder if I needed to. Okay, now it's a pretty good Pyroclasm, huh? Kill both of those. I'm gonna have to let him drain me. Well, do I? I could discard Grab the Prize, and that sort of gets me closer to Delirium, or to Oculus. I don't know. I think I just have to let him drain me once. I want this Grab the Prize. Hello. That's pretty cool. I was planning to, like, Drown Diner, discard a land, and then Pyroclasm, but now suddenly Dragonfire and Pyroclasm is pretty exciting stuff. Even though it's not mana efficient. I could grab the prize discarding Oculus to be mana efficient, but that's stupid, so I won't. They have something, huh? Turn inside out, maybe? That would make sense. Or maybe this is a monkey that they could turn face up. It's looking like turn inside out. They didn't do it, though. Okay, it was a swamp. Turn inside out doesn't work now. Yeah, you don't get your 2/2. Didn't die. It was exiled. Cool card. We're at 5 in the yard. 6 mana. What a draw. They should probably just concede at this point. I'm not going to use your other turn inside out this time. I think we've got this one wrapped up. No, they got a murder in. That's pretty cool. Okay, they've got a shot maybe. Although, it's looking pretty bad. Okay, yeah. If I didn't have this Drowned Diner, they'd be in fine shape. I think just land. Keep all this. I don't need to do anything this turn. And if I pitch the land, I can keep everything else, obviously. Playing land would have let me like cast Grab the Prize, but why? Wow, they got stuff over there, man. It just never stops. Bet you wish you killed this instead, though. Oh, sure. Sacrifice it to kill a gremlin, I guess? No? Okay. Conveniently for them, that means it's not big enough for me to exercise. That's kind of funny. So I guess just smash out. They take one. I could try grabbing the prize and they'll take two, but it still doesn't kill them, right? Is there some way I could kill them? I don't see one. Well, there might be one in here, I guess. I don't need two exercises, probably. Unable to scream. Does that do anything? I don't think so. None of this does anything. Okay. Ah. I see. By waiting to do this in combat, I got confused. I thought, like, I know its pinging ability is instant speed, or is at end of turn. I somehow thought the counter was too, but of course it isn't. So if I'd made this unable to scream, I could save my 4/4 here. They played this well, but they're still obviously in very bad shape. And I just Glimmer Burst main phase so I can hit a land. The threat of holding up a counterspell doesn't mean anyone who's on one life and one card. Okay, we got him. Yeah, this deck has some very questionable cards in it, but it all worked out. For game one, anyway. What are my dailies? Well, we'll reroll the white and black spells, I guess, into blue or black. Sure. You know, when I grabbed the prize, I was like, man, I forgot this is in here. Pyroclasm, I forgot I put that in. I just, like, didn't think very hard about the deck so much as I said, well, here are some cards that don't look very good. Let's cut them all. Okay, now there are 40. I don't think you can keep a hand like this with no blue? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of blue sources in the deck. And I have a Pyroclasm and an Exercise to stay in it early. I don't know. This is probably stupid, but... Hey, okay. Pyroclasm's a sorcery. I don't need to Pyroclasm a 1/1. I still don't need to do anything to this 1/1. I could exercise it, but that's silly. I'll let them have this because it still gets caught up in the Pyroclasm. The thing is, I don't want Pyroclasm next. Actually, I do, because I can Pyroclasm and then still hold up counter. Sure. No fucking way. I guess I have Exercise, but it doesn't work on that because it's not an enchantment or artifact or creature with power 4 or greater. Cadaver Lab! They're gonna get it back! Ma, I need an island, please. Hello, island. Yeah, that's a problem. I think, I mean, it's a little tempting to Gremlin Tamer here, but I think you have to Glimmer Bursts, keep looking for lands. Don't want to miss land drops here. This guy's a problem for sure. Oh my god. Okay, I can exercise that. Okay, I can exile the other guy. Jeez. I am just cobbling together the things I need. Okay. Close to Oculus Town. It's too bad I'm not going to get to exile the Cadaver Lab. I'm sure they'll get some cards out of that eventually. Land is really good for them here because they can... Yep, okay. They can start drawing even though it's going to cost them life. They don't want it. Okay. Jeez. The hits just never stop. This deck is nuts somehow. Let's exile this. I don't think I want to make this unable to scream. I mean, I don't want them milling. They apparently have some graveyard recursion thing, but I don't know. I don't really care about this. I guess it would be a chance to cash in the Gremlin Tamer for a Gremlin right away. But I'm just worried they're going to play something I actually care about. Yeah, see? And now I can turn that off. Putting it in the yard so they can resurrect it. Okay. That kills my unable to scream, so I can actually cast this instead of what I was planning to do. I mean, I kept an awful hand, and my play has been fantastic so far. Not like my skillful play so much as I just mean what I have done with that hand because of the cards I have drawn, not because of how skillfully I have deployed them, has been unbelievable. I can't believe so many good things have happened to me after that start. Now, sadly, I don't have a get out. I don't have a good target to get out, rather. So their 3/3 is kind of holding me at bay. Of course I would draw an excellent card. Why would I not? So we're certainly attacking for 5. If I throw in all of this stuff, I get in, what, 2 extra damage, but they kill my 2/2? That doesn't seem like a good deal. If I swing with all of this, I get in 4 damage, hitting them for 9. And they get to kill Gremlin Tamer. Nine is a lot. And then they have the Annex, right? Yeah, okay. You can have the Gremlin Tamer if you want it. Brood Spinner's good. You have to tap it, right? Yeah, so it's a reach blocker, but only 1 at the moment. Okay, you're gonna have to destroy your own Unholy Annex, maybe? That would be interesting. Giving up. Okay. I don't actually know that I have a clear way. Oh, I do. Just they went down to 3. I can attack with everything and they die. Okay. Well, so far the Oculus has not really been what's won either of the games. It did, like, eat premium removal. And once, it manifested once. But, you know, just like, I don't know, playing creatures and removal, man. Archon V. Okay, sure. So do we just run out the Gremlin Tamer? I guess. Like, I think it's better than Peeper. I don't have any way to activate it, though. I don't know. If I draw an enchantment, which one would I rather have on board? Probably the Peeper, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I want to attack. They'll let the trade in, and I want they'll let the attack in, and I want the trade. Because my Peeper stinks, and I want stuff in the graveyard. By the way, don't quote me when I say my Peeper stinks. Uh-oh. That... Well, it can't attack. So that's something, I guess. Oh yeah, I could use blue to cast Fear of Isolation if I wanted. Does that make any sense? Like, I could tap this, pick it up, and put it back down again to let me get this out as the only play this turn? That seems bad. So now if they ever kill my 2/3, I get the Gremlin Tamer back, which is nice. Because I can just target this thing with the death effect. Well, it looks like we're going to pick back up the Peeper here. I don't like those so much. You know what I would love is some spells. We're attacking with the 2/3, right? And the flyer? I guess. They can't block either of them, and the Peeper is still an alright blocker. Like, they're not gonna give me a chance to block if it is desirable for them to do that. So I might as well just deal damage, I think. Really? That seems like an error. One. We did it. We're a sixth of the way to Oculus. That's why this wants to be in the blue-green deck, but it's still like such a powerful card when you cast it that I think it's fine to run. I don't know. This game, the problem is we're getting flooded. Ooh, this is a little bit of a scary boy. That threatens to be a 4/2 Menace double strike soon enough. Anyway, this Peeper's not doing jack for me, so get it in the yard, please. Exorcise, huh? What does one do with such a card? I mean, I guess you just do nothing? It's sorcery speed, so I can't exile the 4-2 while it's a 4-2. I could exile the monkey. I could exile Tunnel of Hate. But they seem like they're a long way from activating this. I do want to cast it, I guess, so it gets in the yard, but not on this. Yeah. I think I just have to pass. If I attack with the 2-2, they're going to be all too happy to let it in and swing for 5. At least by holding this back, I'm deterring the monkey attack. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Problems. I'm gonna need an actual card sometime. This is not an actual card. Alright, I mean, I guess get this out of here. I don't know. Is that too impatient? No. I think just getting this into the yard, I mean... Because Oculus threatens to win, right? And if I draw, like, grab the prize or something, well, then I shouldn't have played the planes. Uh-oh. Am I dead? Yes. Well, if I'd left the monkey alive, I could have exiled this, and then I would have lived for another turn. But I don't think I was winning from that position. Just didn't draw enough spells. Sure. A little bit of a reactive hand for sure. Fear of Isolation can't really get out there anytime soon. But Scorching Dragonfire and Unable to Scream is a pair of nice to haves. Oh, hello. What does one do about this? You could Dragonfire it. I kind of like the idea of Unable to Scream, and then on the next turn I can just pick up Unable to Scream to develop this a little more safely or comfortably. Meanwhile, I prevent a damage and... I don't know. Doesn't change types. Well, it makes it a toy in addition to its other types or something. A toy artifact creature. So, yeah. But it already was one, so nothing happened. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Alright, well, no rush to get that back, I don't think. Or to exile any of this. They have a free attack with the 2-2. Oh, that's so good. Right? I want to pick this back up first. It lets them exile a card, but I get my Unable to Scream. I mean, I guess it's not the best thing that's ever happened to me, but it is good, right? I don't know. Maybe I just wait. So, okay. Play this. Picking back up Unable to Scream. Getting the attack in. And I think I'll just put it back on this so that I get a better Pyroclasm. I mean, I'm worried this could hit me quite hard if I don't. And in order to get rid of it, I'm gonna... Yeah, I think let's just... Okay. We just bought a little time. A little... Oh! Order. Yes, I missed a damage. I could have done this all pre-combat. Oh, yes, make another 1/1, please. Oh, although equipping your 2/2 is a little bit annoying. I would double block that, I guess? No, I can Pyroclasm and then exercise the Glimmerlight to clear this all. Yeah. Okay, so they want to exile a card. They might have turn inside out, I guess. No real reason to play into that, just to save 1 damage. Yeah, they seem to have it. Oh, I can't exercise because I don't have white mana. But fortunately, they made all their stuff have only 2 toughness, so I don't have to. A plains. What's that? This is Duskmourn, right? Yeah, these are definitely Duskmourn lands. Midnight Mayhem, that's a powerful card. Wow. Too bad I just used my Pyroclasm, huh? Good news is a bunch of 1/3s do block this pretty well. But, I mean, they're in good shape this game. Yeah, ouch. Yeah, swinging with all makes sense. So I could double block here and kill a 2/2, but then I take 4. And the 2/2 is really just a 1/1. So I think it's better to do this. Kill a 1/1 and take 3. This trades 1 of my life for 1 of their mana. Seems okay. And they might spend the mana anyway to, like, equip the friendly ghost. Yeah, I mean, we did know about that. Pretty scary out here. Oh, please, yeah, move it. Lose your 2... Make your 2/1 into a 1-0. You're not going to do it. Okay. 3 in the yard. This attack is free. Hello? Help? Police? I'm witnessing a murder from the inside. I am the murderer. Yikes. Okay. So I have to block something. Anything I block, I lose a creature. I guess I block here and then Scorching Dragonfire to finish it. Anyway, so the change they're making to combat with the next set is there will no longer be an order blockers before damage. Just like if something is multi-blocked, then there's still like a step in between blockers and damage, or like I guess it's you can still take actions during blockers before damage, but you don't have to choose how you're going to order blockers. Instead, you just assign damage however you feel like it once the assign damage step starts. There's no, like, you don't have to assign lethal to one creature to hit the next one. Alright, I guess I'm dead. So, you know, like if you attack with a 6/6 and they block with 2/5/5s, you could do 3 to both of them if you want. That would be legal. Not until the new Foundation set comes out in, I think, November. But that change was recently announced, and I only just heard about it today, which is several days ago by the time you're watching this video. So this change is probably like a week old or something, but I only heard about it a couple days after the actual announcement. I get the announcements regurgitated to me third hand through Reddit, and Reddit was too upset about Spider-Man being in Standard to mention a change to the rules of the game. Yeah, this is a good hand. We have Counterspell and Dragonfire, although we can't hold up both until turn 3. I've been on the play a lot, haven't I? Yeah, all 4 games on the play, and this is game 5, still on the play. Oh, who knew that's in the deck? Red and green. Okay, I think I'd rather Scorching Dragonfire a 2-drop than counter it. Because counter can work on bigger things. That's fine. Countered enchantments, right? I mean, not that I'm thrilled about it, but I just need to keep up on the board. I also need to draw a land. It's really bad to miss here. Where are all my dual lands, by the way? Have I played one yet? Have I seen one yet? I know there's 2 in the deck. I probably have played one, but I don't remember it. Okay, I mean, that's a card, I guess. I don't like just Glimmer Bursting, but I don't see what else I can do. Nice card. I'll allow it. Inferno and a Needlehead, huh? Well, I can't cast both of those next turn. What am I doing here? Do they have Delirium? I imagine not. No. So they'll probably cast the Needlehead. I can catch that up in a Pyroclasm, but it's not actually all that good. If that's the only thing it hits. Okay, I think what we're going to do, make this unable to scream, just so I can develop Fear of Isolation. But first, a Gremlin. This one. Done. This one. I click it. Hello? Done. Yes, submit. Ha 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 ha. Fuck you. Ugh. I mean, I don't know. I don't have that many ways to make gremlins, so maybe it's not that big a problem, but... Ooh. Not gonna cast the Needlehead? Or did they have a mountain? I don't think they do. Just letting both of these rot. Wow. Okay. Certainly something. Okay. Wait, they don't have any blue mana. Is this just Roaring Furnace? Interesting. Well, I certainly wish I could play the Gremlin Tamer now. I can't believe they thought it was so urgent to kill my stuff. Like, yeah, I get wanting to kill it, but, like, those cards went away. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. I would like to block, please. Although it does mean my Pyroclasm, if I use one to kill the 3-2, would also kill my 2-2. Oh well. Plenty of cards in the yard, by the way. I'm certainly not going to Pyroclasm this board. I think I just kind of wait. The thing is, though, this is a 5-3. I don't have blocks for it. If I run out of Peeper, yeah, I can double block, but then I'm getting roasted, right? Actually, it's a 6-3. And, like, I could reduce it, make it a 3-3 with unable to screen. A 3-2. No, it would still be a 3-3. So unable to scream doesn't really do anything. I guess I just have to play this. Hang on to this for grab the prize. Double block. Cry. Go 2 and 3. I actually think... Oh no, they don't have Ticket Booth. I thought for some reason they could have activated Tunnel of Hate. Getting absolutely rolled here. That's so scary. This does not do anything. I can make this unable to scream, and then when they equip it, it's just a 2-3? I guess? I could also kill it with Pyroclasm, I suppose. It's not getting much better than this, is it? Do I just sit on this and hope to draw, like, Drowned Diner? There's no real rush to get this down, I guess. Yeah, I think this has to be part of like my value plan. I'm crying over here. I don't know why I played a plains. I literally can't ever spend 2 white on a single turn. I only have 3 white cards and 2 of them are in the yard. I think I have 3. Maybe I have 4? There's 2 exercises in the Gremlin Tamer. I think that's it. I mean, if I developed this a couple turns ago, I could be pecking them a little bit harder, I suppose, but I don't think that would be winning, so I think it makes sense to hang on to this and hope to hit some cool enchantment with it. Or just more lands. That's fine. I can double block and kill it and just like... I guess I kind of have to. And hope to draw like Oculus someday so I can just explosively win. I don't think I can let them hit me for 4 very many times. Yeah. For 5, actually. It's so wild. I've never seen anyone run Roaring Furnace without blue mana. It's like okay removal. It's good early and pretty bad late. I guess they have blue mana here. If they have like a little bit of a splash, maybe they could pick this up. Or flip it or whatever. Unlock the other half. The machete is ruining me. All of these creatures would just be so much less of an issue without the machete. I should value machete higher than I do. It's so expensive to equip, though. Yeah, sure. Scorching Dragonfire still works? Okay, there's the Oculus we were looking for. I mean, any 6 cards, it doesn't matter. Not a lot of cards left, but... Is there a reason? I guess I'll play this island. Like, I only have 1 discard effect. And, well, Drowned Diner and... Yeah, I don't know. And grab the prize. Gotta let him hit me once here. Maybe even race? It seems horrible. You're not going to turn this inside out. Oh my god, double strike. Okay. And +1/+1, I'm dead! Nice. Well, the Oculus came too late. There were so few spells in my hand. I don't know. An opponent, like, you know, they did well. No, it kind of sucked, to be honest. I mean, they didn't even do that much. It was just the machete. Like, they let these 2 cards rot when they could have cast one of them quite productively. I missed my 4th land, I think. I missed the Gremlin Tamer, but I never really got... I mean, a Source of 1/1s would have been so good. But the problem is I didn't hit many enchantments after that. Like, a Fear of Isolation, I think, was about it. Yeah. I don't know. Just not enough stuff. Very facile summary of the game, an analysis that tells you nothing. Did I get any of my dailies? I guess I must have just gotten one. Okay. Well, Oculus did not win me many games, huh? I guess that's a lesson for you. Don't run it unless you have some way to fill up the yard, because I was waiting for it a lot. And like a card that I could cast might have been better in those cases. I still think it was right to run it, but I don't know. Maybe I could have like included the crabs or something to mill myself. I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.